Welcome back to Bear Cave Ranch. This is the wife behind the scenes, as she likes to call herself. So, we're really itchy because there's these little biting gnats that are like the bane of our existence out here.
They really are.
But this is our 2-month update. We're 2 days short of being here for 2 months, so and I've quit doing weekly updates, so I just kind of want to do an update and have a little talk about what we love and what we hate so far. Well, let's see. The last month it's been just the two of us out here,
Yes.
and so that's been a little different. We always have at least one kid with us, and we've had none.
Yes, that's been way different.
Kind of nice, I guess. Sometimes we can just relax, but kind of boring.
Canik, what the fuck do you have?
Our dog's eating sticks again.
Nope, that's a bone. That's a leg bone.
Oh, or bones.
A rabbit leg.
Yeah,
bone.
there's a lot of rabbit skeletons out here, a lot.
A lot of them.
So the dog kind of likes to find those and play with them.
Eat them.
Yeah.
She eats them.
So not a lot of projects have been done. We do have some materials that we can use to start on a goat pen and some fencing or property markers all around the property, so we can post the keep out, no trespassing. The sun's right in our faces too, so
We're
that's
gonna
fun.
build a larger chicken coop.
And get an
More
additional
chickens.
like 15 chickens.
15 to 20
Yeah,
ish.
so we'll go from 5 to like 25.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And I think we're going to do rabbits as well
Yes.
next. And then goats will follow that some point in time.
Yeah.
We'll kind of get the pen ready. We've seen people giving goats away or selling them really cheap. So we're just going to kind of wait for that. So that's all coming up, hopefully in the next month or so, I believe. Let's see. Everything else is like except for the water fiasco. I don't think we really need to treat the water though. It was just those 2 used barrels. If you saw the like do's and don'ts with water. Yeah, the 2 used barrels, the other ones were fine, and I sanitized them. And they seem to be just fine. Everything tastes like plastic again, like it should. It's the natural way.
It really is.
We're getting chewed up by bugs really bad. My arm looks all, it's not dust, it's actually calamine lotion. I like rubbed on my whole arm earlier. Let's see, what else? Anything else new?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, really. It's been kind of an easygoing month. We're kind of in between doing stuff.
Projects.
Yeah.
Mainly just doing research on the new things that we want to get, like the rabbits and
Yeah.
more of the chickens and the goats and that kind of thing. We're just trying to make sure that we have what we need in order to do that and whatnot. So
Yeah. Getting the property markers. We've got 2 out of the 16, I think, that we need to do. So, anywhere you go, there's some requirements as to what legally defines marking it for trespassing. Signs, of course, work, but, orange squares on trees of certain size, all that, so. Which we don't have trees, so we have to like put poles in the ground. But I have them all, and just need a post hole digger.
you have a shovel.
Yeah, I put 2 in with a shovel, but post hole digger's way better. So
Yeah.
I'll try to borrow one. So that's it. Just not a whole lot new, but we do have some ideas for some new videos coming up real soon. And we're gonna do this part of the update. What is your favorite thing so far out here?
I think all the views and just the vastness of what we get to see every day, even though it's the same mountains and sagebrush that we see every single day, it's still different how, I mean, if it's a cloudy day or a non-cloudy day, how the shadows kind of play on everything. Every sunset and sunrise is different. The colors are different. Watching the snow disappear on the mountains back here
Yeah.
and seeing how
We'll probably pan the camera around
awesome they
at
are
the end.
without snow and with snow.
I think they're cooler with snow for sure, but
I think they just stand out more. Like, I can appreciate the rocks on top right now that
Yeah.
I see. Those
Yeah.
are pretty bomb. I really like that aspect of it. I like that we are far out enough away from people that we don't like constantly hear vehicles, but at the same time, it's just right there within a couple minutes drive, so it's not like we're so far out there that there's no human interaction at all.
yeah, and the roads are just crappy enough that people don't really want to come back here unless they
Yeah.
have to. But it's not so bad. Like, it's not really hard for us to get in and out. We've got
Yeah,
more
I think
used to
people
it.
just see a few ruts and they're like, oh no, better not take that way.
Right. Unfortunately, people do dump trash in the desert.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and in the last month, we've had somebody came up on that side by side, that Razor,
Oh yeah.
but I wasn't here and she was, and she doesn't know who it was. Like, she came out and they just turned around and had left. So, and then some kid that I met in town drove up here the other day.
Yeah.
So there have been 2 people here in over a month, well over a month.
Yep.
So that's kind of interesting.
We're also not rained in this month.
Yeah, it's true. Last month there was all that rain and we were just getting over it.
Too much rain.
And everything was. So we have 2 seasons here. We have mud and dust.
Yeah. That's about it.
And like yesterday it rained and it kind of rained hard for like a few minutes.
About 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. But the ground just looked completely dry, like nothing had happened within.
It like beads up in the dirt.
And then just sucks in, like it's
Yeah.
gone.
It's crazy.
But if it would have rained for 30 minutes, we would have had like standing water puddles, I think.
Yeah.
So
Like-
it's just kind of one or the other. What's your least favorite thing so far?
Those little bugs that never stop biting. Ever.
Yeah, they are
I have so many bug bites.
so they're a biting
I have
gnat.
so many clusters of bug bites.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like,
It's never just one little bite, like it's a bunch of little
Yeah.
bites all together. And then even if you don't scratch at them, they all like scab over
yep.
and then they just disappear like they were never there, but it's a nightmare. And nothing stops them, nothing repels them. Even 98% DEET
Yeah.
products don't repel them. Like, they still land on you. They don't necessarily bite, but they still land on you, and they're all up
just
in your
swarmed
face
everywhere.
and arms and legs.
They're starting to
and
attack us right
back.
now, but you can't see them because
Because
they're
they're
so
called
small.
no-see-ums.
Yeah, they're called no-see-ums. It's stupid, and there's no point.
You
in these
really
things
don't see
existing.
them until they start biting you, and it's
Yep.
the worst thing ever.
What do you miss being out here compared to back in the city?
I miss knowing like what to do when I'm bored or where to go for a walk that's not in the desert, or
Yeah.
get river access, or go check out this little town or that little town. Like, we could drive to Idaho City and it would be, a 2-hour drive to get there and back. and grab ice cream like no big deal. But
Right.
I don't know where to go here. And
Yeah.
just going to town sucks to just get ice cream. Like that's always been a like mountain treat. Like
Yeah.
you gotta drive through a canyon to get ice cream.
Well, we kind of do. Yeah, take those dirt roads.
Yeah. If we ever find our way out of here on the dirt roads.
We do. We have figured out which dirt roads to take, and a whole bunch of other ones that we can take but prefer not to. So
Yeah. There's a lot more of those than the ones we
yeah,
can do.
we have finally figured out the easiest ways through. All right, you have to ask me now.
Oh, I have to?
Well, you don't have to.
Oh, good.
You're supposed to.
I'm supposed to?
Yeah.
What are your favorite things about being out here?
The views are definitely nice. I guess the smells. I just think kind of the whole environment. It's insanely quiet. I mean, not only is there just not people around, and when they are, they stick to themselves for the most part. I mean, there's a freeway that way, and we can kind of hear traffic on it once in a while. It's far.
We heard a train horn like for the first time the
Yeah.
other day.
So I think the freeway is probably like 3 or 4 miles if you went straight across, which you can't do. But and then the railroad track is like another mile on the other side of the river past that or something. So we can faintly hear the train sometimes, but yeah, the actual train horn, like
In fact, the train is so far away that when we have the camper all closed up and it's going on the tracks, it sounds like a four-wheeler,
yeah, just kind of hear that low hum.
but it sounds much closer than it is.
Yeah, interesting. So yeah, I think the views, the smells, the quiet, kind of doing things at our own pace.
Like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the ambience
Yeah,
of it all.
ambiance.
Yeah, there you go. That word. Okay. What is your least thing about being out here? Your least favorite thing about being out here?
It is definitely those bugs. So the bugs, and I've been helping the dude out on his ranch a little bit to get some building materials. So I was cutting weeds and I got all beat up on my arms. And then the bug bites on top of that, so it made it itchy, and I kept like scratching it like what was being cut. So the bugs, I do. So in Idaho, we did just kind of like know the places to go, and everything's kind of new here, so it's kind of cool. We get new stuff to explore, which is awesome. But something about just kind of not knowing the area throws that off a little bit. I don't miss being around people all the time, but you know, friends and stuff. I guess I do miss just saying, hey, let's meet up for some coffee or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of trippy too, because we can go anywhere and there's like 0% chance we're going to run into somebody that we know.
In theory.
Yeah.
So what do you miss about Idaho other than being able to call up friends and say, hey, let's do this? Or I guess city life in general as well.
The only thing, like, okay. There's one small thing. I do miss having cold running water.
Yes.
Like, I mean, if you've seen our videos, if not, watch them. But we've got 55-gallon drums. So that water throughout the day heats up. It's good for taking a shower later in the
Yeah,
day.
when it's real hot in the afternoon and you're wanting a cold drink, we don't really have that option because we don't have a large freezer to have ice in or keep ice in.
Or a fridge big
We
enough to
went
keep a
and
pitcher of
got
water.
some reusable ice cubes that, of course, last like 0.2 seconds in the warm water. So
yeah,
it doesn't really do
they
much
don't help very
anyways.
much.
But
So I do miss that, and having lived more or less in the city my whole life, except for little bits here and there. Like, I hate city life, but there was a comfort, like, you know what to expect.
it doesn't take probably 25 minutes for the firefighters to get out to your place to put a fire out. Unlike it did here today.
Not here.
No, not here at our property, just here
in the area, those over on the other side of that mountain, I think, or something. But yeah, so there's law enforcement's a long way away too, which it's kind of an expectation, and we're going to be talking about that in a coming up video, like some things to research about where you're going, so that you have good expectations before you get out there, which we did. I mean, we were on 24/7 research mode for a long time.
Yeah.
Just up to finding property, and then once we got it,
Any free minute, we just we would look this up or look that up or.
So we're going to share some of that with you in another video, but yeah, I guess to me it is kind of an easy feeling. Like, first of all, the chance of someone coming up out here is rare. We're going to see them coming or know they're coming way before anything. But at the same time, I cannot call the police. I mean, I can. It's just going to take them 30 minutes plus to get out here, most likely. So
Yeah.
you have to be willing to stand up and do things for yourself, which I'm fine with, but it is different.
Not just that, but it's all emergency services.
Yeah.
If I fall and break my hip or something, I'm going to be waiting for a good 30 minutes for someone to show up here.
At least. And I know a guy that used to be on the fire department out here, and he remembered, because the map shows roads that don't actually exist, and there are no street signs.
Yeah. According to maps, every single road goes all the way through. You get out here and you realize real quick that about half of those roads don't exist. They did at one time, and you can tell that there should be something there, but there is nothing there.
A lot of them are washed out from creeks over the years.
So it looks passable, but it's not, or it's been gated off or fenced off.
Yeah, and these roads were put in the early 60s.
Yes.
And some of them just have literally not been touched since. So.
Yep.
Yeah, getting someone out here, I guess, I mean, we wanted to be more self-reliant, so we definitely are. But it is a little bit daunting to think about from time to time.
Yes.
So, I do kind of miss the predictability, but I don't ever want to go back to it either.
Then again, was it really that predictable? Like, traffic was, but the length of traffic, not really.
Yeah.
You could expect to have someone pull out in front of you every time you got on the road.
Well, you get that here too. I had that dude pulled out in front of me in his truck, and he was doing like 10 through the dusty part of the road, so it was kicking all that dust. And, you know, I was riding up on his bumper because, fuck that, he needed to move. And he didn't.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't have been so close to him.
Maybe.
You wouldn't gotten all that dust.
He should have done like 20, 25 through there. He'd have been alright. He had a nice new truck. That's probably why he was going slow.
Probably. Didn't want it to get all dusty.
Didn't want to scratch it. So anyway, that's our 2-month update. And now these bugs are swarming us.
I don't think you could see them.
Yeah, you can't. They're stupid. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. We do take requests for videos. Throw it down in the comments. One viewer I actually did a request, and that spawned us ideas for like a 3-part series of videos that'll be coming up soon. So we definitely like that. And I am to pan the camera around because we're down here at the other side of our property, so we can kind of see that 360 view that we were talking about there. Bam. Yeah. Everybody be good. We'll see you next time.